Wait, I thought they announced that someone released the game. I could have sworn they had like an apology thing or something. Where was that? Did that disappear? Here it is, guys. Here it is. I found it. I found it. This was something that when I saw it, I honestly did not even believe it. Like I legitimately thought someone because I got this from a friend. I thought that someone was lying to me when they told me this. I was like, there's no way this is true. There's no way. But it's true. Assassin's Creed Shadows is from a couple of weeks ago, but I only, really am starting to look at it now. Hello, everyone. We are aware players have accessed Assassin's Creed Shadows ahead of its final release. The development team is still working on patches to prepare the experience for launch, and any footage shared online does not represent the final quality of the game. But they're probably not going to be able to fix much, just to let you guys know. Leaks are unfortunate and can diminish the excitement for players. We kindly ask you to not spoil the experience for others. We thank you for your community already taking steps to protect everyone from spoilers. It releases March 20th. So this game releases in 10 days, and everyone already knows this game is dog. I don't know if I've found a game in the history of gaming that its development has been so marred for so long. Over and over again, it's been delayed. They've released like gameplay footage that's been torn to shreds. They've, that's a self-inflicted wound, by the way. That's not us making overly fun of it. That is them releasing a broken product and then being like, "Oh man, now you're shredding it." And but like also, Assassin's Creed Shadows is in one of those states where they've done like misstep after misstep after misstep of trying to like say that it's historically accurate without it being actually historically accurate and then lying about it. Oh my god, dude. They've taken so many L's, dude. They've taken so many L's. I don't think I've ever seen a game go through as much shit as this game has. And 90% of it is self-inflicted, man. 90% of it. I have no idea if this game is going to be good. I think that what do you guys think the chances that this game is not dog water are? Like, I don't even know, dude. I don't even know. I think that this game is probably going to be like 70%. 70% that this game is going to be absolute piss. Like level of Assassin's Creed Valhalla or whatever. And that's it. Like, that's the best we can hope for. 1 out of 10? You think 1 out of 10 chance it'll be good? Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a 3 out of 10 chance. I think they've worked on it for so long. And one of the reasons is that this game is like, this is like the last chance. Like the unironic actual last chance for Ubisoft to release this game and have it like save the company before they sell it off to Tencent. Because Tencent is trying to buy Ubisoft. And they're going to be able to buy Ubisoft. But I think, and like, this is the only chance Assassin's Creed Shadows launching and it being really good and like selling a whole bunch of copies and shit like that is like its only chance. But the thing is, like, they have to sell this game at like, what is it? Maybe like, well, okay, let's see. How much money did they spend making this game? How much money did Ubisoft spend to make Assassin's Creed Shadows? So it's estimated to be between $250 to $350 million. Jesus. So let's be generous. $250 million. They're going to have to sell at launch or for full price, even if not at launch, but at least for full price, 3.5 million copies to break even if it's the low amount. If it's the low amount. And if it's the high amount, 5.5 million. So they're going to have to sell between 3 and 6 million copies. We're just being generous because we don't know where the margin will go either way. They're going to have to sell 3 to 6 million copies just to break even. Do you think this game is going to sell 3 to 6 million copies? How much did Assassin's Creed Valhalla sell? $7 million copies, and it made $1 billion? Damn. Okay. Well, people are big shit eaters for fucking Assassin's Creed, aren't they? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. 20 million copies. That's crazy. I'm actually shocked Valhalla sold that much. I heard that Valhalla was like not really even that good. Nothing new when it comes to Ubisoft? Yeah, exactly. Okay, Hulk Hoden is in here. He said, I was at the private demo of the game last year at Gamescom. The guy on stage had to reset the presentation 3 times because it was bugged. Dude, there's no way. There's no way. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Well, Skull and Bones was a massive failure. Star Wars Outlaws was a massive failure. What other game came out for Ubisoft recently? Ubisoft... recent releases. Sorry, guys, I'm really tired. X Defiant shut down. That's done. Prince of Persia was overpriced. It was a good game, but it was overpriced. So that sold like fucking ass. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora did not sell well. Assassin's Creed Mirage was very small. So it sold, but it didn't sell in enough numbers to really make a dent. I think this was like overall positive, but it just wasn't enough. So, yeah, they've taken like 5 major L's, bro. They've taken 5 major L's. This is actually their last chance, man. Holy shit. They're going to have to sell probably, so 6 million to break even. They're probably going to have to sell 7 million to 8 million copies of Assassin's Creed Shadows in order to be considered a success and have the company not die. And I cannot see a world where at launch they don't sell anything higher than 1.5 million. I think it is super likely that until the game comes out and we know it's good or not, but like people will only buy it in the amount of like maybe 1 million to 1.5, 2 million at most copies around the entire world. Because they're not going to be able to sell it to Japan because Japan fucking hates the game. It has a black samurai, it's shitting on Japanese culture, according to Japanese people. This is not me saying it. This is Japanese people saying this in video after video and so on and so forth. Like lots of Japanese people are saying this. They literally had a reference to an entire shrine that was destroyed by the atomic bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they referenced that in like one of the fucking marketing pictures of the game. Like, dude, they've taken so many L's, Ubisoft, in this. So Japan is out. Japan, they're not gonna sell anything in Japan. If the game is unoptimized, China won't buy the game because China. We saw this in Monster Hunter Wilds. That if you go to Steam, let's go to Steam for Monster Hunter Wilds. This is just to demonstrate. The game is mixed, right? 61% positive reviews, which is very, very bad for, a game of this quality. The game is great. The performance sucks, and that's why people voted it down. Now, if you look deeper into the numbers, and I'll make a video directly about this later, but if you make a deeper look, oh, maybe you can see it via here. Okay, so this gives us different review ratings. Let's see this. Charts, can I see it here? I want to do the review rating by language. That's what I'm looking for, by the way. This is what we're looking for. And the reason is very, very simple. Because Chinese people hate non-optimized games. If it has PC optimization issues, that basically destroys the game for the entire Chinese market. The thing is that they cannot rely on the reviews for if it's not optimized. So the game will have to sell 6 to 7 million copies, right? They cannot rely on Japan. Japan is out. They've made too many L's in a row over and over and over again. And if you find a way to do it, and if you look up Monster Hunter Wilds, Americans, Europeans, English speakers, if you are able to set your reviews by language, we rate the games higher, even if the game is optimized like dog shit. And this is something that we will be the shit eaters for. However, in China, it is very well known that they don't really play console games. They only play games on PC. And if a game is not optimized for PC, which is very common for Ubisoft, and it is very common for, AAA PC games in general, if it's not optimized well, the Chinese people review bomb the fuck out of the game. And I love that for them. You know what? Base Chinese people, for sure. Because I hate the fact that we get unoptimized games. If you go to Monster Hunter Wilds and you do only Chinese reviews, the review score goes from an English score of 70%-ish all the way down to straight up freaking 25% positive rating. That is an utter failure, right? 25% Steam review score is dude, you release trash. And Monster Hunter Wilds is a good game, but the optimization is horrible. And the Chinese people care about that a lot. That's the entire point. And so, as a result of that, if the game is not optimized well, they're going to lose out in the Chinese market. Now, will American buying and European people buying the game be enough to produce 7 million copies sold? If it's not optimized well. If it's a good game and not optimized well. I don't see that mathing, guys. I just genuinely don't see it. But that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? In the comments below, let me know. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows is doing an uphill battle. It's going to be a drastic uphill battle. And they're going to have to really, really make it a freaking awesome banger of a game in order to even come close to hitting their sales targets. And if they don't, Ubisoft is dead. Ubisoft is dead. It costed $250 to $350 million to make the game. It's going to have to sell, let's just say, 3 to 5 million copies to break even, and 7 million probably to save the company because of how many losses they've had all throughout this last year. Even just this last year, with just the 5 games I mentioned. So there we go. That's my analysis. What do you guys think? In the comments below, let me know. Would love to see what you guys think. Will you be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows? Are you a big Assassin's Creed fan? I love the early Assassin's Creeds. I have not played the newer ones, so I don't really know. I don't really like the fact they changed it to an RPG game, which is why I didn't play them. Though someday I will. I do have them. I did buy them on super sale for like $5 each. But I will be playing them at some point. I'm talking about Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins. Reverse order. I think it started stumbling. They changed Assassin into RPG. I agree. Norbisic, I completely agree. I think that was a giant misstep, and that's why I didn't play any of those games. I will play them someday, but I was very, very open about saying that. I did not like that turn, and that was one reason I have not played Odyssey, Valhalla, or Origins. Ubisoft fell down a mountain when they made Skull and Bones. They grabbed the falling debris, trying to climb back up when announcing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, Etril, that's a great way to say it. quadruple A game, infinite microtransactions, pushing the Origin store. Dude, the number of massive L's that Ubisoft has self-inflicted on themselves is crazy. Is absolutely crazy. And I even liked X Defiant. Like their freaking like hero shooter game. I actually liked it. Like we played it for like a solid, not that long. I would say only about 10, 15 hours, but we liked it. I liked it. We had fun with it. It had good gameplay. It had good gunplay. The maps were pretty nice. The little like special powers and stuff, they were a little boring, but they were all right. There was at least something. And I thought the game was good, but I thought the monetization was not good because the skins looked terrible. Not even because they were overpriced, they just didn't look good. So I was not surprised to see X Defiant shutting down. Sad to see because I actually did like the game a decent amount. But yeah, it is rough, man. Ubisoft, like there's a reason that, the biggest news about Ubisoft is that Ubisoft is, about to be bought out by Tencent. And like I said, everything hinges on Assassin's Creed Shadows being a success. Everything. Everything for this game company hinges on this one gamble. Dude, maybe it sucks to be a Ubisoft fan right now, but I can tell you what it doesn't suck to be. It does not suck to be someone who is just in the background like me, watching it with a bag of popcorn in his hands, just seeing what happens. If Ubisoft wins here, we win. If Ubisoft loses here, we win. Like it's just because if they win and Assassin's Creed Shadows, let's say scenario A happens, guys. Let's say scenario A happens, right? And Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out and it's a banger. Okay? Let's say that happens. That means we have seen the comeback story of the ages. That Ubisoft is on the brink of bankruptcy. They've had 6, 7 gigantic L's of games in a row. Nothing but dog shit. They've done every mistake in the book. Having terrible teams, if you care about that, too much DEI, which has affected the quality of their games, I can tell you that much for sure. There's a reason they're playing rap music when they put on Yasuke in any scene. Just say, just fucking saying it. That is what it is. I think a lot of times it's the boy who cried wolf situation for DEI. People use that term too much, but I think Ubisoft is absolutely one of the big proponents of it in the worst way. Like, a lot of other game companies, when you hear that phrase said, you're just like, oh god, not this shit again. But when it's about Ubisoft, you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense here. Because they've done it so much and they've done it so badly. And they've added microtransaction after microtransaction in all their games. So huge L's of every kind. And they've started to reverse some of those decisions already. Their day one releasing on Steam, big W. Their day one not making, Ubisoft, whatever their store is called, Origin? No, EA's Origin. What is Ubisoft? I think it might just be called the Ubisoft store. It no longer is required to be bought on that. That's a huge W for the game community as a whole. No day one microtransactions. That are pay for power. That's a big W because Star Wars Outlaws had that shit. No day one quests behind a paywall anymore. They've started to learn these lessons, but they ruined their previous games with these decisions. If they come back and Assassin's Creed Shadows has no else and is actually a good game, and they sell 7 million copies, we have seen the comeback, the biggest comeback in gaming ever. I think it is on par or greater than every single big gaming comeback in the history of gaming. And like probably the biggest one that I can think of so far off the top of my head is FF14 being an abject, horrendous failure at launch for like a year straight. And then they remade the game over another year and then did A Realm Reborn, and now F14 is still one of the biggest MMOs on the planet. And that is one of the biggest gaming Ws and comebacks ever. Like, that one is one of the biggest ones. I think this would be much bigger than that. And if it fails, if scenario B happens, they sell 2 million copies, they sell 1 million copies, the game is broken, the game has another controversy which ruins it, or whatever, and the game ends up not being good, or even just mid. Even if the game is decent and only mid, and it's not like the best freaking Assassin's Creed game in the past 15 years. If it's not that, then Ubisoft has sealed their fate, and Tencent buys Ubisoft. And we will have a completely different Ubisoft going forward. This is a tale of two cities, a tale of two Ubisofts. Tale of Two Cities is a French book, so kind of works super well here. Yeah, man, I'm watching this with like bated breath, dude, because either way, man, it's going to be an interesting story, and either way, I will cover it here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think is most likely? How many copies do you think Ubisoft is going to sell? Let me know that in the comments below. And do you think this will save Ubisoft? Because, I mean, the financials are clear. This is Ubisoft's last chance. Last chance. Yeah, I would say, not Admiral, you brought up Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a huge comeback. But I would say that Cyberpunk sucking was only one L at launch for CD Projekt Red. I think they've had too many other W's that even if they didn't fix Cyberpunk, they could have still they would have still survived. And they, you know, they're thriving, which is good. I want them to thrive. They're capable of great things. But, you know, Ubisoft has had many more L's, and they're much more on the precipice of disaster. But yeah, like, I will say that, like, you know, Cyberpunk is a good comparison. You are not wrong. Cyberpunk is a good comparison, not at will. I appreciate the input. But, like, I would say that's a closer comparison than what I said for F14. I can't think of anything else that would be a comparable comeback. Maybe Nintendo's comeback from the Wii U, which was a dog shit release, to the Switch. That might be a really big comeback as well. And in terms of size, comparable. Not a game, obviously. That's a game company. That's a console company. And that was like a gigantic turnaround. But I think, like, you know, scale-wise, Ubisoft being one of the biggest companies of gaming in the entire world and going from almost dying to thriving would be one of the biggest comebacks ever in gaming. So, yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Would love to hear your input in the comments below. I respond to every single, comment. And I always tell it to you straight, and I will cover the good, the bad, and the ugly with zero bullshit in this channel ever. But I will be playing Shadows if it's worth it. I'll be waiting for, you know, when the game comes out, seeing review scores, seeing that. I would say definitely do not pre-order this game. Because this game, we've covered this game on several videos already, and this game has had an ocean of controversies, an ocean of issues. So I would say, if you value your money, don't pre-order. Wait for reviews. If it's good, buy the game. Let me know how it is, and I'll buy the game too, and I'll try it out and see how it is as well. I would like to try it, so maybe Ubisoft will, you know, give content creator copies. I don't know. But regardless, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you do end up playing, we'll be playing more as Naoe or Yasuke. Wow. Naoe is going to be like the stealth character. It's the Japanese lady. And she's going to be doing like the more stealth gameplay, the more parkouring, and all that stuff. And Yasuke is going to be a big tank boy, heavy armor, and just bashes the shit out of things with like a giant mace, which is what I'll be doing if I end up playing the game. But hopefully it ends up good. Hopefully it ends up good, and I definitely, you know, Ubisoft has done a lot of evils in the gaming world. And if they die, they die as a company. From, you know, if this ends up being a failure. But I genuinely hope, I always do hope they can turn it around. I don't want them to die. I don't want the company to go under. I don't want it to be sold to Tencent. If they can turn it around, I would love to see a win. I would love to see a win. So let me know if you guys share my thoughts. Let me know what you'd like to see for Assassin's Creed content. Shadows content upcoming if, you know, we do end up playing it. And if there's a huge, you know, outcry for it, if people want me to play the game, I will listen to you guys and I will play the game in that result. So let me know that. Take care, guys. See you in the next video, and you can always count on me to give it to you how it is with no bullshit.